Welcome back, everybody. If you saw a couple videos ago, we had the tree company in town. They're clearing the lines for the power company, and I figured we'd take you around today and show you what we ended up with on the ground and how we're going to fix it. So our power line and our cable line are safe now for the foreseeable future. Those guys came in here and did a great job cleaning this up. You see we've got some maple right here. There's a whole bunch of trees in here. We've got maple, oak, some ash further down, and yeah, we've got some big stuff all cut to strange lengths. We got some longer ones. This one's probably 9 feet or so, but most of these are somewhere between 3 and 5, I would say. So we got a chore. I think we're gonna collect this the old-fashioned way and bring it up to the wood yard. This is that big oak you saw. We're gonna have to work to get this one. Some pretty heavy chunks, but got my helper today. He's feeling strong, and we'll get this taken care of. I'll walk you now up to the rest, show you some more piles we got. And there's some more trees cut in here. You can see some flagging. And some little bit of birch down there. Oh. Then here across the way, we had some more stuff that was apparently close enough to the lines. It'll be nice, small, easy to pick up. And then in here might be the last of it. I think we've got 3 or 4 trees down, and that wet area will drag out of there and make some good firewood. Well, if that wasn't enough down there, we got some wood in our field. Keep this nice and neat. We like enjoying it. It's kind of an extension of our yard. We like coming out here, seeing deer, turkeys. There's a deer right back there right now. But now we have wood in the field. See how close she'll let me get. She knows she's safe. But long story short, got a hold of the foreman that was doing all this work, and they're always looking for places to dump wood, and we have a place and the ability to process it. So on the first day there, he gave us a load of wood chips. Didn't really expect wood chips if we asked for wood, but we'll gladly use them. I'll show you what we did with them up there. But this deer is completely unfazed. So anyways, got on the wife's bad side, because we, like I said, keep this field cleaned up, and now we have a bunch of wood and chips right in the middle of it, right in view of everything. So while she was away one afternoon, I spent half an hour or so moving those chips to a trail we have right here. Yeah, he's just doing the I'm not gonna move and you can't see me thing. But we spread those chips pretty quickly. And got this nice road cut in, heading out into wherever we want it. So this was just one load of chips. We have our own chipper, but we can't make them on as large a scale as those guys, so we'll happily take whatever they have, and it just makes things real nice back here for walking. And yeah, you can see that's about as far as I got with the one load, and yeah, it just gives us options. See if that deer's still up here. Yep, unfazed. All right, for those of you this is your first time watching, this is our firewood getting rig. Kubota L2501. We keep the bucket on there with a tooth bar and the carry-all on the back. We've done our math and number of trial and errors, and we can fit about an 18-inch hardwood tree in my area on this in one load, except for the limbwood. So we can fill all the rounds on this tractor for about an 18-inch tree. We got our chaps, we got water, some sun, fuel, oil. We got a backup saw on our scabbard here. We've got a cant hook in our little makeshift implement holder. Get a helmet, water, first aid kit, and this is what this video is about probably. So I've wanted one of these things, Husqvarna 572 XP, since they came out 2-3 years ago. To start, they were hard to come by, and when you could find them, they were pretty darn expensive. But all that's changed now. You can find them, and the prices come down. So we've made it through with our 50cc saw, the Husqvarna 545 with the 18-inch bar. A little slower on some big stuff, but we tried to stay away from the big stuff. But now that we have so much wood on the ground, I figure I could justify the cost of this thing. So we went down to our local Husqvarna dealer. It's Greenland's Power Equipment. They just celebrated their 85th anniversary. They've been in business quite a long time. And they had it's Husqvarna dealer days here at the end of summer. So if you're watching this at the end of August 2023, it might be worth checking with your dealer. But select hand tools were 20% off. And this 572 XP was one of the select hand tools. So I only paid $950 for the saw, the bar, the chain. I just thought that was a smoking deal. No regrets so far. Going through a couple heat cycles, and I'm just going to start it up again, and then we'll get into some softwood and work our way up into some more serious stuff. The family came to visit. Are you on the tractor? Brum, brum.
The tractor.
Jack, are you in the water? Jack. Good boy. Thanks all for being subscribed. The channel just hit an all-time high subscriber count, so that's fun. I think we're heading in the right direction here. First impressions of this saw, whew, wish I had it a while ago. But now the time was right, and we have it. If you couldn't tell, that 545 was the biggest saw I had ran to date, the 50cc saw with the 18-inch bar. This is in a different class, obviously, but so it is quite a bit heavier, but you're not dealing with the saw as much because you're in and out of the wood quicker, and the power and the weight of it will do a lot of the work for you. You're not fighting with it. I think it's ultimately safer. I'm glad I learned a little bit and got more accustomed to sawing with the smaller saws. Maybe I would have been fine if this was my first go at it, but who knows. This is about a 22-inch red oak tree, which is about as hard as things get around here. It's green. Easiest way to tell red from a white, looking at the leaves. So this should look like a small oak leaf to most of you. Red oaks are going to have pointy ends, and white oaks have more rounded end. Bark's different, and when you cut into it, you can see a more obvious red hue too. But we're going to continue bucking this up. It's going pretty quick so far, but we don't want to run out of daylight. I got to get to the dump before they close, so get back after it. Jonathan's taking the second to last load up there, but yeah, that was a lot of work. Just went and counted the stumps. That was 6 decent sized trees and a couple real decent ones. But yeah, not bad for a few hours. Definitely couldn't have done it without that big saw in that amount of time. So very thankful for that. We'll clean up this last little bit of maple here. Saw's cooling down. Very impressed so far. Right around 1.5 tanks of fuel through it so far. And yeah, we'll get this one last load up there and show you what kind of pile we ended up with and close this out. Tired?
Yeah.
I wasn't kidding about one more load. That's one hefty load in this little tractor. Pretty healthy stack of rounds going right here, and it's only going to get bigger before it gets smaller. I want to finish cleaning up the driveway. That was a priority before we tackle the field here. Definitely keep the splitter busy for a while, but I'll put a clip in of me cooking breakfast this morning and realizing how much kind of an eyesore that is up there in the field. But I think that'll go pretty quick as long as they don't dump off a whole bunch more. We're going to process it pretty close to here, and got the bigger saw tractor. It'll wrap up quick. That's what I keep telling my wife anyways. So yeah, super impressed with the saw so far. Only 1.5 tanks of fuel through it. Still getting broken in. I imagine it's only going to get smoother and better, but I'm impressed. I don't have a lot to compare it to, and I'm an easy guy to impress actually. But yeah, it's going to be a lot of firewood content in the channel. So thank you guys for watching. Appreciate it, and take care. We'll see you at the next one.